Hey everybody, hopefully you are doing well. I'm having a good day too. You may recall I had a video not too long ago where I made this canteen, showed you how to make a canteen. So this is kind of part two where I'm getting it painted and getting it fired. And I've actually started the painting process already. Lots of lines here. I'm thinking, with a canteen, you take it out and about when you're traveling. And so having a compass on it to help us find our way might make some sense. So that's what I'm doing. Still have a lot of coloring to do, but I've got the lines done. Another part to this, if you recall, is I had a crack on the back here and I patched it all up. So part of the question here is it really healed or not? And we'll find that out once it all gets fired. So it's time to get going. Here we go. It's all painted now, and I'm reasonably happy with it. It'll be interesting to see how this all comes out once it gets fired. It is not going to get fired anytime real soon. The weather lately has not been cooperative from a firing perspective, but we'll get to it as soon as we can. This is January in Minnesota. I'm going to fire today, but it's 2 degrees below zero Fahrenheit, so it is chilly. So I'm going to get this into the oven, get it preheated, get my kiln preheated, and get this thing going. So let's get started. I got to tell you, I'm not as thrilled about being in the cold as I used to be, but it's okay. The good news, it is cold, below zero, but there's no wind. And so that really helps. And there's not a whole lot of snow. It's important here today, though, to make sure that my kiln is preheated. These bricks are cold. It's been below zero a lot lately. And so I want to make sure that they get heated up because they're going to suck all kinds of heat out of the fire. So I will build a pre-fire here and then bring the pot out and get that going. Okay, let's get this pre-fire going. Even the little lighter didn't want to get going. Wanted to give a little bit of background of the design that I put on this thing. This is supposed to be a compass rose, meaning that it would show north, south, east, and west. I didn't write that on it, but my thought is that when you are out and about in the woods or in the desert or whatever, you carry water. You need a canteen. And at the same time, you don't want to get lost. So symbolically, the idea here is that we have a compass on this that will help us from getting lost. Obviously, it doesn't work as a compass, but that is kind of the plan. Kind of as a secondary symbol, it kind of looks like a sun, and I'm really partial to having sun symbols. And then on the back, in sgraffito, I have the health, happiness, peace, and love kind of symbols. So that's in there as well, a little bit of compassion. So hopefully it turns out. The fire has been going for a while. Things are pretty warm. I think it's good. And so I put a grate down, and there's space underneath that for kind of the circulation and the heat to kind of flow through the fire. And then I have some sherds on top of the grate. The canteen will sit face down on those sherds. I'll put sherds on top of everything, which is really important in the cold. It's not the thermal shock so much when it gets heating up. It's the thermal shock when things start cooling down. If I get a breeze that's below zero, it can easily crack the pot when it's hot. So I'm going to go get the pot, and we'll bring it out and get things going. Here is the pot. It's been heating up in the oven inside 350 degrees, which I think is enough. The big purpose of putting it in the oven is to make sure that it's 100% dry. Secondarily is to kind of give it a head start with the heat, but I don't think that's as big a deal. So I'm going to cover it with sherds. These sherds have been at room temperature, so I think that's hot enough. One thing I do want to do is make sure that I have a reasonable amount of airflow around the pot. Actually, I think that is good enough. The charcoal down below ought to be hot enough to get our fire going. And it's okay if it takes a little while. Looking for roughly 2 or 3 inches of place for the charcoal. So I think I'm going to give it a little bit of a boost here. Plus it warms up my fingers. Once this gets going a little bit more, I'm going to come back, add more bricks, and add more charcoal on top. Everything will get totally covered up. So the bricks serve 2 purposes. They contain the charcoal, so I don't end up using way more than I need to. But a really big part of it is it creates a draft or a flue. I build this up high enough, then the air circulation comes in from the bottom, goes out the top, and it actually creates more oxygen and a hotter fire, just like a fireplace does. And one of the things that I'm doing is I'm bringing the bricks in a little bit, so the opening on the top is more narrow than on the bottom, and that helps create that ventilation or flue. So let's add some more charcoal. So I don't think the charcoal on the very top does much to heat the pot itself, but it does create fire on the top, and that again increases the oxygen flow, so I get better circulation through the whole kiln. And that means a hotter fire. It is a beautiful but chilly winter day here in Minnesota. Beautiful blue skies, nice white snow, and a fire. It's been going for about an hour, and I think it's done okay. It's not going to get any hotter than this, so it's going to take several hours now for it to be done. But I like that it's going to soak for that long. It gets to be a good hard firing this way. All right, I think this is cool enough. This was an amazingly fast fire. Only 4 hours, and normally it's 6. Probably has something to do with just how cold it is. So we'll see what happens. Well, I can already see there's a crack. Now let's see what the whole thing looks like. So I said before that I did a repair on the back, and it was right about here. So you can see this crack, so that's unfortunate. So, but the color of the clay is nice. Let's see what this looks like. Kind of fun, huh? Enjoy the look of it. It's unfortunate it has the crack. But otherwise, it's pretty nice. Well, there you have it. It is kind of the nature of primitive pottery. Some things work out, some things don't. You have to have kind of an experimental mentality, I think, to do this. Not real happy about this crack, but that's the way it goes. And actually, one of the viewers has suggested a way of doing kintsugi a little bit different than what I did last time. So maybe I'll give that a go. And I always appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Appreciate the comments, the thumbs up, subscriptions, all those things, of course. And until next time, this is Wes wishing you health, happiness, peace, and love. Take care. Bye-bye.